When working with electricity, it is essential to take safety precautions. Safety must not be compromised, and some ground rules must first be followed. The basic guidelines for safe electricity handling and some tips and tricks are listed in the video, which will assist you while working with electricity. Without further ado, let's get into the video. When working with electricity, stay away from water at all times. Wet hands should never be used to touch or attempt to repair electrical equipment or circuits. It improves electric current conductivity. It is also the time of year to have swimming pool equipment, hot tubs and spas inspected and properly maintained to ensure that life-saving features like ground fault circuit interrupter protection and all grounding and bonding systems are functional. Here are some key tips for swimmers. Keep an eye out for underwater lights that don't work properly, flicker or work intermittently. If you feel tingling, immediately stop swimming in your current direction. Swim in a direction where you haven't felt any tingling. Avoid using metal ladders or rails, exit the water as quickly as possible. Contact with metal may increase the risk of electric shock. Do not swim before, during or after a thunderstorm. Never use equipment with frayed cords, damaged insulation or broken plugs. Look for frayed cords, broken plugs or damaged wires on all appliances. These dangers can result in an electrical shock or a fire. Never touch electrical circuits, cords or plugs with poor insulation unless you are certain the power is turned off. If an appliance emits smoke or sparks, or if you have experience of a tingle or shock while operating it, do not use it. A qualified service representative should replace or repair the equipment. Always connect the cord to the appliance first, then plug it into the wall outlet when using appliances with removable cords. Unplug the appliance from the wall outlet first and then remove the cord from the appliance. Pull the plug, not the cord, to avoid damaging the wiring or the insulation of the cord. Always turn off the mains if you are working on any home receptacle. It is also a good idea to put a sign on the service panel so that no one accidentally turns the main switch on. It's possible that your house has two circuit breaker panels. One is the main panel and the other is the sub-panel servicing dedicated branch circuits. If there isn't enough room on the main panel for all the circuits a home requires, such as if you add a home workshop with heavy electrical needs, a sub-panel is usually installed during upgrades. The sub-panel will also have its own main breaker that will turn off all of its circuits, but you will not be able to turn off power to the entire home unless you turn off the main breaker at the main service panel. Always use insulated tools while working. Insulated tools add an extra layer of security in such dangerous and unpredictable situations. High-quality insulated hand tools are designed to keep you safe from electric shocks and to reduce the risk of arc faults caused by short circuits. When working on or near electricity with a voltage greater than 50 volts, the NFPA 70E standard requires the use of insulated tools. This protects workers from injury and businesses from fines and liability costs as a result of an accident. Recognizing the distinction between a standard hand tool and an insulated one is critical. Many hand tools have a rubber coating over plastic handles, but that does not make them insulated. True electric shock protection goes much deeper. Warning signs like shock risk. A danger electric shock risk post mount sign is a hazard warning message type of sign designed to be mounted and displayed on a post or fencing around areas to warn others of an electrical shock hazard. Danger electric shock risk post mount signs convey the message danger electric shock risk, which means providing a safety warning to everyone about the risk of getting an electric shock. Buy danger electric shock risk post mount signs. Electrical hazards include exposed energized components and exposed electrical equipment that could unexpectedly become energized. Always have warning labels like shock risk on such equipment. Always be aware of these warnings and abide by the country's specific electrical code safety regulations. When working on any branch circuit or other electrical circuit, always wear the proper insulated rubber gloves and safety goggles. Never attempt to fix energized machinery. Always use a tester to confirm that it is de-energized first. A live or hot wire will cause an electric tester to light up, indicating an electrical current flowing through that particular wire. With the electrical tester, check each wire, the service panel's outer metallic covering, and any other hanging wires before continuing your work. Never use a steel or aluminium ladder when working on any high-up outlet in your home. You will be grounded by an electrical surge, and the entire electric current will flow through your body. Instead, use a fiberglass, bamboo, or wooden ladder. Never try repairing energized equipment. No risk should be disregarded when working with electricity. There is a risk if the power is on. Turning off the power before beginning a task and making sure there is no voltage present is the best way to prevent the risk of electrocution. The Electrical Safety Authority investigates incidents where workers have been hurt or killed while working on electrically energized equipment each year. The shock of electricity passing through the body can occasionally result in burns on the inside and out, irregular heartbeats, and organ damage. When serious injuries result in death, this is referred to as electrocution. Never use a steel or aluminium ladder when working on any high-up outlet in your home. When fixing electrical equipment that is high up, people frequently use steel or aluminium ladders, but this is another big mistake because if you receive even a small electric shock, the entire current will flow through your body and you may well pass out. To prevent the current from passing through your ladder, use a wooden ladder or any other insulated ladder. Overhead power lines present another significant risk to electricians, particularly when working at heights. These are made up of insulated or metal structures with insulators supporting overhead uninsulated power cables. Know the wire code of your country. It is crucial to adhere to the established wire color codes. These color codes exist to help workers near hazardous electrical equipment to do their jobs safely, efficiently, and compliant with the National Electric Code. A network of conductors, wires, and cables distributes electricity throughout most buildings from a single point where it enters the structure. Despite the fact that electricity is used continuously throughout the day without much thought if it is handled improperly, it has the potential to cause many problems and even make work impossible. Nevertheless, improper wiring or labeling of the electrical system can lead to accidents, fatalities, fires, and a variety of other issues. Always check your GFCIs once a month. Many consumers fail to test their GFCIs to make sure they are functioning. Electrical equipment such as GFCIs is susceptible to wear and tear. Even if the GFCI circuit stops working, the electrical outlet in the GFCI may still be operational. So, get a licensed electrician to replace it as soon as you can. To ensure they are in good working order, GFCIs should undergo monthly testing. Pushing the test button should shut off the power to the circuit, whether you have a GFCI circuit breaker or receptacle. Pushing the test button should cause the reset button to appear on the receptacle type GFCI. Every month, GFCIs should be checked to ensure they function properly. With various electrical power tools, a portable GFCI should be used outdoors and tested before each use. Always take care when soldering your circuit boards. Every electronics maker should have the ability to hand solder, which has long been regarded as a necessary skill. Soldering is not difficult to do. With enough practice, it is a simple skill to pick up, making it a fun activity for beginners to try out. Anyone can pour solders onto PCBs, but whether you can get elegant solder joints or ones that are downright primitive is another story entirely. The likelihood of soldering problems has increased as components get smaller and more compact. With that, our video comes to an end. Always turn off the power before working on any electrical system and ensure you're wearing safety gear like insulated gloves. Do share tips and tricks that you found helpful in the comments section. I'll catch up with you guys in the next one, and until then, goodbye.